So today we got a 2004 Cherry. This is not going to be a restoration video by any means. This Banshee is actually really clean. But what I wanted to show is kind of like what I would do for like a quick flip. The story about this Banshee, because every Banshee's got a story, is this is actually a customer of mine. He's been buying a lot of Banshees. We built one for him. A month later, he wants to get rid of all of them because he wants to put an in-ground pool. What we're doing today is going to just be going through this Banshee. Obviously, we're going to be changing up a couple little things, a bunch of little miscellaneous cosmetic parts, sort of say. I do have a set of T5s. My plan is I'm going to take the stock exhaust off. We'll get that Cerakoted so it's ready to go for a future build that I do that is stock, and potentially use the T5s if I can clean them up enough. So they have a little bit of rust on them. They're sitting outside with a little bit of Rust-Oleum rust remover. I'm going to hit it with some steel wool, like a very fine steel wool, and then try and just polish whatever I can out. Now, if they look like shit, all said and done, I'll probably just end up running the stock exhaust, but I'm going to go through it, pull the carbs off, probably just delete the tour system because I cannot stand working on that. But if you don't know what I mean, really, really easy to find out. All you got to do is try and work on the carbs when you get a Banshee, and pretty much you're going to put your hand in here and there's nowhere to fucking work with, right? See these big boxes? It's a safety mechanism. So when the Banshee flips over and the throttle's fucking stuck, the Banshee will then just shut itself off. We're gonna remove those. We're gonna do the Tours Eliminator Kit. I'm gonna vapor hone the carburetors, rejet them for that Toomey exhaust, probably throw some Toomey needles in it, tune it, coolant flush, oil flush. Yeah, kind of just going over this thing, doing basic maintenance, get it ready for a cheaper giveaway. One thing to look out for those of you guys that like are looking for Banshees, if you ever see a Banshee that is like super shiny in places that obviously it shouldn't be, probably stay away from buying that Banshee, because the first couple of washes you're gonna see the Banshee just get shittier and shittier and shittier and shittier. People absolutely love to cover up everything with SE1. That way it just hides all the imperfections. It's like a wax, sort of say. So it just makes everything shiny. Just keep that in mind when you're buying a Banshee. You see it dumb shiny in places other than like the tires, because obviously you want to put a little bit of tire shine on the tires, make it pop. People on Marketplace think they got gold when they just got a bike covered in SE1, and it's actually a piece of shit. By no means am I referring to this bike as a piece of shit, because this thing's actually really nice. Whoever owned it previously to the owner of it now, because he hasn't even fucking used this bike, they put so much SE1.
Relax your mind, let your conscience be free and get down.
So this is what I was talking about before, the Tours system on the Banshee. It's a safety mechanism. We're gonna delete this because it's so annoying to work with. And since that this is gonna be a giveaway, the next person that's gonna end up using this thing is gonna do that anyways. We're just gonna do it for
Be quiet while the MC rap, but if you tired, then go take a nap. Or stay awake and watch the show I take, because right now, I'm about to shake and bend.
So the first thing we're gonna do, tear apart the carburetors. We're gonna drill them out and put the idle screw. We're gonna sand this flush so that way it's pretty much level with the float bowl. You need to make sure that you file this down, cut it, whatever you gotta do so that way it's flush with the bowl. That way the idle screw goes all the way in. Otherwise, it's kind of like useless. I see a lot of people doing that. You have to cut this flush, just for an example. So this is where this little spout, whatever the you want to call it, should be level with. If you have a stock Banshee, stock exhaust system, stock air box, no modifications to it, it should be a 200 for the main jet. Pilot jet should be a 25. Now we're going to switch that up and we're going to go to a 280 and a 27.5 because we're going to be putting a set of T5s.
The EICK is my name, I spell. Thanks to the clientele, yo, I rock well. I'm not an MC who talking all that junk about who can beat who.
So now we have both carburetors completely disassembled. All the internals are right here on these rags. The vapor home will clean it up really nice. Going from like this and this to a brand new look in about 20 minutes.
Check 1, 2, and run down the line.
To the average MC, I'm known as the Terminator, funky beat maker, new jack exterminator, destroying a ploy. When your rhymes are not void, never sweating your girl. YP, cause she's a schizoid. When I'm on the scene, I always rock the spot. I grab the steel with the crown on top. In the beginning, I like to let my rhymes flow. And at 12, I press cruise control. Sit back and relax. Let my rhymes tap.
No. Yes. No. Yes. Simplicity. So what we're doing right now is we're going through the collection of slides that I have. Pretty much every carburetor that I take apart, even though I never really use like all the internals, I just throw them in a bin. You never know what you're gonna need, right? So I have a set of slides. I got Toomey needles, and since I'm swapping the exhaust, we're gonna swap the needles. We're gonna put it on the 4th clip down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna steal this one, and we're gonna set her up.
They see your face, not an 8-track, getting it good to the wood. So the people give you some of that reacting to the facts that I kick in a stick, in a stay around, point to the joint, put the Buddha down. Don't get to the roots, and giving it up, so turn and loose.
Now that we got it running good, I'm going to, well, number one, run it out of gas, let the carb just completely drain itself. Then I'm gonna stand at 12 o'clock, let it cool down for a second with the fan, pull the exhaust system off. We're gonna put some T5s on it. Now I've kind of set myself up to where when I put the T5s on, you know, I gotta mess with it a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. I already synced the idle, I already synced the slides. I set them at a 6. Obviously I already changed all the jets, so we're pretty much good to go. I set it up like how a Banshee with a Toomey exhaust system should be set up. 1.5 turns out, 280s, 27.5, ready to go. Ready to rock. Another thing, these heel guards, they got a little bit of wear on them. I have some fresh ones in there. I think I'm gonna swap those out for some fresh heel guards, and then I'll just get these powder coated. Everything else, for the most part, is like really, really nice on this Banshee. So new plastics, new heel guards, heel guard plastics, front rear grab bar, just a grill for the headlight because it's broken right here. That shit drives me nuts. I'll get rid of that one. I think I'm gonna leave the original Dunlops on because that's just what people want. So anywho, let this thing run dry out of fuel, and then we'll get to it. Honestly, these things cleaned up pretty fucking good with a little bit of that rust remover. I have this set of T5s that have kind of just been laying around in the shop. You know, everybody, when they get a Banshee, they want an exhaust system. They want this exhaust system. It's kind of hard to get these like instantly. You can't just go online, buy them, and have them in the next couple of days. I'm trying to just bring them back to life as much as I can. They're honestly in pretty good shape. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit this with some really fine steel wool, just a little bit of polish, and see if I can do everything by hand. Now I've already sprayed some like Rust-Oleum rust remover on it, and I just let it sit for the past couple of hours, and I have to say, like, all the little spots that were a bit rusty have cleaned up pretty nice. I'm seeing my reflection, which is always a positive thing, so try and get off any rust I can by hand with a little bit of steel wool and a polishing pad. A little bit of elbow grease.
Wicked rhymes like a fortune teller, cause the wickedness done by Jack, where everybody at the body gets sold for the liquor and the gold, smacked in the back for the other man to match.
What? Wicked. Wicked man. That man. That man. Kick it, man.
Now the story I'm kicking is gory. Little Rock, where they be docking this boat, no hope, I'm shackled. Plus gang tackle by the other hand, swinging the rope.
Yikes.
Win, red, white, and blue. Jack and his crew.
Yesterday where we left off, I was switching the exhaust packing in the silencers. The tube that goes through was so fucking clogged and gunked. I was trying to, you know, clean it with the wire wheel, and then I got in there with a little Dremel, but I was just blowing every piece of sandpaper off the little bits. So I did a little bit of deep diving on the pallet rack and was able to find another one. So I swapped that out, and that fixed the problem instantly. So you're not getting like a popping sound. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I went and drove to Pennsylvania yesterday to go buy a bunch of new OEM parts. So we got a new rear grab bar, we got a new front bumper, new handlebars, dampers. I had a graphic kit overnighted, got new front and rear plastics. I also have the gas tank plastics, but I don't think I'm gonna use those because the ones that I have for this Banshee are clean and they have the original gas tank sticker, meaning like the one on top, the caution label. So I'm gonna put some freshly powder coated heel guards on as well because you can see it's got a little bit of wear, and I think that'll look a lot better. So putting a fresh one on.
I used to lace crack with cat fools and say nice till it's sweet like wine. Cut off a dime, then watch your finger blind. They knew the time when they be first to 15. Me and my crew make it our duty to get back on the streets. Come clean with the green, cause their prayers will leave a nigga dead. Or instead, they have you running from the fucking feds. Bust the lead until the raindrops red. Ain't nobody seen shit. Ain't nothing more, ain't nothing said in bed. I lay at night and hope tomorrow is right. Puffin' L's to ease the stress, but still prepare for gunfights. All day, I just dream that I bust up on the scene with the till act. Legendary
The
night.
whole reason I wanted to pull this clutch cover off is because I'm getting a little bit of a noise from the kicker. It's also getting stuck when I kick it down, so I just wanted to make sure that this is set up how it should be, in which it wasn't. This little slot right here is supposed to sit inside the case. It was just resting. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this up how it should be, back this up a little bit, slide it so it should be just like that. That was low-key driving me nuts. Every time I would kick it down, it would either get stuck or it would get stuck for a second, fucking jingle, and then come right back up. So now we don't have to have that problem. Also, a little FYI, if you open up your clutch cover and you see that you have a metal impeller, well, someone's been in there. Everybody online telling you that's all OEM. Nah, motherfucker, someone was in there.
How much longer could I continue to triumph like my best fights? Making sure I stay from the crack pipes I'm act like it's just because a few drugs is sold, get geared on gold. And now you wanna act bold, but hold up, my baby millimeters at your gut. Hand up your
It is that time. It is very nice to just come right here and grab whatever we need. Big shout out to Klotz. We are situated. Dude, this shit literally smells. Just want to pour it on top of ice cream. This is Klotz. Clots.
Roll deep like the mob, stay large. Watch your back to all my nappy heads and my niggas dead. Sometimes I sit back and dread. At times we ran as far up in the club on one night, but just before the night was over, we lost one in the fight. Let your chrome shine, Mr. Supreme, hit me off one side. 3RD represents for the 9. Naughty headed niggas in the house, park your lie. Niggas in the streets, it's a sweet do or die. Recognize all.
So that pretty much concludes a little spot treatment, something that didn't really need much. Obviously, it's in really, really good condition, and it's rare you come across them this clean. Instant giveaway when you're looking at a Banshee, the rear axle. If that has all the zinc coating still, chances are it probably hasn't been beaten on or ridden too much. We put brand new plastics front and rear, new handlebars, ran a Tours Eliminator kit, new rear grab bar, new front bumper, new dampers, because obviously I'm not gonna put these crusty, faded ones on a brand new bumper. It just looks bad. So all this stuff is what we replace, and all that stuff honestly will get recycled and reused on another cheaper giveaway. This will just go to powder coat, and I'll powder coat it in alien silver. A lot of people are always asking, what silver do you use? It's a prismatic color. I find that that color is the closest to OEM. Some people might disagree, but I've had the best luck with alien silver. This is live right now. I'm uploading this video the same day that we're dropping this. You could win it $75. There's 200 spots total. First place takes home the ATV. Second place is 200. Third place is 100. Fourth place, free entry into the next giveaway, which might be, you know, a fully restored machine that you guys will see in a future video. So now we're gonna do all the detailed, you know, photos, video of it right in front of the logo, and then tomorrow we're gonna ride it, make sure everything is good, because as you've seen, you know, we did the exhaust swap and she's off to her new owner, which might just be you. But we're back at the airstrip. You guys have seen this in plenty of videos. Pretty much the spot that we come to test all the Banshees, because this is where we could really, really get on it first through sixth gear. So I just want to make sure that everything is Gucci before it goes to one of you guys who's going to win it, because this is a giveaway that is open right now for 75 bucks. So we're going to ride it up and down the strip a couple of times, and there's like barely any gas. We're running it on reserve right now, and whatever was in it from the previous owner is still in it, which is blue. So I want to assume that it's Yamaha. It literally looks like blue Gatorade. We had it standing up the other day before we tried to pressure wash it. I noticed, because I put just like bags on the back of the carb so no water would get in, all the fluid was like a Gatorade blue. It'll get a full tank of clots, because that's the best shit. We'll do that once we get back to the shop. Right now, we're gonna test it, ride it up and down a couple of times to make sure that everything is working properly. In the beginning, when I had first started this Banshee, number one, it wouldn't start, and number two, the kicker would get stuck every time I went down, and then when it would get stuck and it would turn on, it would make a crazy noise. So I adjusted the kicker gear. That seemed to do the job. So here we go. Yeah, she fucking rips. No issue. Idle's perfect. Got it set at like a 6 on both carbs. Now keep in mind, this exhaust was used. It might look like it's running lean looking at the headers, but this is set up exactly how it should be for a Toomey exhaust system on a stock motor. I thought I had 27.5, but it's actually 25, which is fine. And then I have 280 mains, and then I have a couple of holes on the lid, and it's got an aftermarket filter. Nothing crazy. Give it a couple more, bring it back to the shop, and I guarantee you this one will sell out super quick. So if you're watching this video, definitely don't waste any time. Go to our Instagram page. All the information that you're gonna need to know will be in the description of the first initial post, and then any post after that. If you guys are curious how you can enter the giveaways, it's always gonna be in the description of the post of that ATV we're doing a giveaway with. Very simple and very straightforward. Austin's saying that this wheel's a little wacky, so I want to make sure that it's the actual wheel itself. Oh yeah, dude, the fucking wheel. You got a little hop. The person that wins it, I'll give them a good wheel, because I got a bunch of stock wheels. It just sucks because it won't be a stamped 03, which is like the original wheel, because every year on the stamp on the wheel, it's always a year behind. So this is a 04, it would have 03 stamped wheels. That fucking sucks. I'm just gonna leave this one on because it's the stock one, the one that came on the ATV, but I will give an extra wheel with a tire on it so they could just swap it because I do have OEM wheels with OEM tires back at the shop. But I think that concludes the 2004. Definitely gonna adjust the brakes when I get back, just drain all the fluid. That's gotta be done because God knows how long that brake fluid's been in there. But you could win it, 75 bucks, crispy 2004. Definitely taking advantage of this opportunity, get yourself an entry. So as always, make sure to drop a comment and let us know what we should do next. We got a couple restorations coming up that are really, really cool. We just got a sick exhaust system from PVR in South Africa, so I'm really excited to use that and switch it up a little bit. This could be in your garage in the matter of just 24 hours. Good luck.
Yo, sexy ladies want part with us. In the car with us, them not war with us. In the club, them want flex with us. To get next with us, them can't vex with us. From the day my bonds, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I earn them on. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I earn them on. Girl, it's all good, just turn me